Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. So tonight I've been doing some work on another FNM excursion train, and we are talking about what was once the Big Green Monster. This is a full 21-inch scale, true O scale kit that I purchased some time back. Um, as y'all might recall, going back many videos ago, I think last year when it came in the mail. I got actually got a really good deal on this thing, and I got it for $15, and then shipping on it was like five, so it was like $20 for the car, and rebuilt it. Wasn't a whole lot of videos actually done on this one, unfortunately, and so it has some run time. It's had run videos. As you can see right now, I am actually currently working on it, doing the paint. Now the roof is in the silver to match the Kinky Cheryl. The bottom end is black, gloss black, so it matches the rest of the train. And now I'm starting to do the blue. I'm going to be upfront and honest, guys and gals, because I have done this paint job so much, and it's almost become to a point where I can do it in my sleep, and that's kind of bad. Um, I do still have to order the steps for the car because the ones I ordered were plastic instead of metal. Um, which at the time when I ordered them, I didn't know they were plastic because that's not what the description said. However, that's fine. Um, I could always use the plastic ones for another build later on, but I need the metal ones, so I'm having to make up my mind between I want the pot metal, cast metal, um, pewter steps, or if I just want to go ahead and order the Precision O scale brass kit. Uh, I've also got the diaphragms for this car as well, and it has been a great process. In case you're wondering about the noise in the background, that's my grandson. He being a little fussy tonight, but he's had a very long day, so I do understand it. You know, being a father myself, I'm used to it. Yeah, he grumpy, all right. But anyways, I going back to the car here. We got this top done on it. The bottom's not completely painted yet. I stayed away from the truck area because I need to get the steps on there. I don't want to paint that until after I have the car completed. Uh, Again, I got the diaphragms because these original diaphragms right here, these are not rubber. These are actually canvas that was pressed and glued. I mean, very, very nicely done. Um, this kit, this car originally came as a kit, and I want to say it's a Walthers from about the 70s. I love being a granddad. It's funny. Revenge. Anyways, um, so as I've learned over the years of doing this particular paint job for the FNM excursion, in which I have tweaked it throughout the time. Of course, the original color would have been it's a blue. I'd have to go back and look. Alfonso sent it to me, and it's more like a Mediterranean blue is what actually Humble has it listed. Humble paints, and a sky blue. And of course, the orange is like a malt lava orange or something like that. Very hard color to find unless you order it through Humble. So I'm tweaking it. That's how the idea of the excursion train came about. Was that, as we all know, excursion trains typically have richer, darker colors, and that was the idea behind this train was to be an excursion train for the FNM or for Gales Nogales to Mexico Railroad. Uh, Please forgive me because I still cannot roll my R's, no matter how hard I try. But On one build, which was completely off camera, on one car, this car right here is not going to take me long because it was pretty much rail ready at the time. By the time it's painted, clear coated, striped, we're probably going to be looking at 20 hours in it. Okay. I've had some cars that I've built, which the Kiki Sherrills Articulate would be a very good example, where I have like over 80 hours just in the build of that. And that was the start, stop, take a break from it, come back to it, tweak, tweak this design, modify this, fix that, fix this. So you can rack up some hours on these things. This one, it's a rebuild and repaint. So we're looking at probably about 20 to 30 hours into it. And that's just taking time and going through it. That's from the time of purchase, time you start working on it, and build and finish. Why would somebody want to do that? Because it's fun. It's a hobby. It keeps you out of trouble. It keeps your grandkids entertained. It keeps your family entertained. Unless your wife wants to kill you because there's trains all over the place. She's asleep. But anyways, yeah. So these are Atlas 6-axle trucks under here, heavyweight trucks. I am going to do a slight modification to these, which is one thing I have found with Atlas trucks I've had to do, and that is there is a little nipple that sticks up about that far with a hole going through it. And I have found that unless it has the pilot hole already in it, which this car did not, you have to cut those off and create a new bolster. So, okay, I got to tweak a little bit of the underside. No big deal. So, let's take a look at what we're going to do here. Because this car needs to be ready to go in with the excursion train. $20 car with a rebuild. And we're going to say, well, with the trucks, because these were special, what they consider a specialty from Atlas, these were $36? I don't remember. Been too long. It's been almost a year since the last time when I purchased them. So, looking at that, we got $3 in paint and clear coat, which was about $4 for the can, which I'm not even going to count that because I use that with multiple different models. Steps, which we're going to be about $10 for the set for all four. And that's on the high end, going with the brass ones instead of just the cast metal. So we're going to say somewhere about a total of maybe $80 into the whole car. Best part about it is you got a car that is unique in every aspect of it. It's not plastic. It's hand built. It's just oh my god, you just can't take away from that. And yes, don't get me wrong, I like my Lionel 21 inches, my MTH 21 inches, but there's just something about the old school builds. You just can't you can't compare it to them. And as you can see, this was probably a 60s model, maybe early 70s Walthers, and it's still here today. All these years later, and she's still here and still ready to go. All right, so let's do a little test paint here. This is going to be the blue. Again, I've done this paint job so much that I feel kind of bad, really, because you do it so much it becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? Complacent, I guess. And you're not trying to become complacent. You've just done it enough to know what you're looking for. So we're going to do a little test strip here. See if I can get that. There we go. And of course, after you do all this painting and stuff, you do need to come back and do a tweaking on it. And what I mean by tweaking is you need to refine the paint. Originally, I was not going to make another video tonight, but I decided to go ahead and do this because I had a little extra time. Yeah, I mean, it's bad though. You know, I can do this paint job in my sleep. That's bad. I still need to get the camp car back out. I got to get some trucks for it. The trucks that were on it, I just have not been happy with them. I've had several different sets on it, and I just have not found a set that just really would say grab you and say, "Hey, look at me," you know. I mean, even though they used freight trucks, which was cool, but they just didn't have the. I don't know. It's just something about that particular car. It's a 1950s build, and I want to keep it. Keep that style to it. Um, I absolutely love rebuilding these cars and giving them a whole new life, if you will. Um, they get a new life. They're back on the rails. And when people ask, well, who manufactures that car? You have a really good response. They'll come back and say, well, if you can find one, it was a Walters kit. I really hate the fact that Walters doesn't do the O-scale kits anymore. At least to my knowledge, they do not. You can still find them online. I mean, people selling unfinished kits and stuff. Um, I have seen some kits, but those unfinished kits are the kits that are not even um, put together. They get really expensive. Again, this blue will take several coats because we're going right over top of the green, which I think the green could be a primary for this. But right now we're just doing a little bit of the blue, which I'll show you here. At least get one side done. And you want to do this stuff by sections too, so it works better to go by sections on this, especially when you're going right on top of brass plating. I have cleaned the car as well as I can get it, so I don't damage any of the existing paint that's already underneath it. Alright. Now this will have to dry up again, and there will be a second coat applied to this. And then, of course, you're going to go back in. You're going to crisp up lines. You're going to, make sure everything has a nice cover to it. Now we're here. I also want to reach out to low gauge trains plus slot cars. I want to thank you greatly for your comment. You said that you loved the cars, you loved the coloring on them, and get a chance, message me on Facebook Messenger. You can find me under Norman E. Kepner, which is my full name, and that's how I'm listed under Messenger. And we'll see what we can work out, man. I mean, I think it's really cool to see somebody from up in Jersey that's really enjoying well, nice way of putting it. I can't really say nice, but a different way of putting it. South of the border, rail colors. And that makes me feel like that's really showing the importance of a fallen railroad. The FNM is no more down there. In fact, a lot of their stuff is in museums down there in Mexico. But they truly took pride in their cars and their stuff. I mean, whether or not they ever see the rails again to run, who knows? But I can promise you this much: if they were to run, yours truly would probably be one of the first people down there to go catch the train. I would love to nothing more to see some of the FNM coaches. Not what they've repainted for today's work that they're doing, but the original FNM color and logos to be back on the rails. I think that would be really nice to see. Even if they did something just as an excursion train. I mean, they got some stuff down there. Uh, Chihuahua Pacifico, the Chipe Express, which I find very interesting. I love the paint job on there. Kind of mimics the New York Central in a way. Doesn't mimic it like 100%, but it does have the similar style to it, if you want to call it that. It has this that coloring that says "Look at me," I like that. All right, so here is the first coat of blue, and again we still have the light blue and the striping to do both sides. These cars can be a challenge. Um, but well worth it. And I truly believe that. Get these ends done. All right. So let's flip her around here. All right. Well, guys and gals, I hope y'all enjoyed this very long video. Um, not as long as I have done, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please hit like and subscribe and drop some comments if you did and you found this video fun or informative on what I'm doing. Uh, this car has been a work in progress, and there's probably going to be about, like I said, 30 to 40 hours in this car, maybe 50, but when it's all said and done. So hopefully once everything's done, that's on the rails, y'all all enjoy it. As always, please keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I will see you on the next video, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Y'all take it easy. Have a nice night.